Hi, I'm Dr. Liza Levin.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I am a board-certified dermatologist here at Marmer Medical, and we're going to talk about the 20-minute procedure that could save your life. So Katie and I are going to talk about a skin exam today. So I'm going to start with her scalp, and I'm going to use my dermatoscope, which is my magnified polarized light. Helps me see the structures a little bit better. So we'd start with this side of her scalp and kind of move along, looking at the hair itself, as well as the skin. And I like to remind patients that this is a really important area to use sun protection, and Supergoop is very creative about coming up with things that help people protect the areas that we don't really have a good job remembering. I definitely recommend the poof for the hair part or getting down onto the skin itself. Then I would move on to her ears. So the ears are hard because there are lots of nooks and crannies and we kind of want to get in a little bit closer. So check around the ears. You can use the mineral stick. Kind of helps getting into all those areas. The next thing is her face. So we're going to check around the front, we check around the eyes. Supergoop has an eye cream as well as a lip balm for all these extra areas that we want to protect. She has lots of freckles. A lot of these are related to sun exposure, and then some of them are actual moles or nevi, is what we call them in the medical field. And so it's important to distinguish which ones are concerning and which ones are not. So as we go along, we'll kind of point out the ones that we think look healthy and what we identify as looking a little less healthy. So you should be applying sunscreen to your face, SPF 30 or 50. You can use the everyday sunscreen or 100% mineral play on the face as well as the rest of the body. I would go down her arms next, so we're gonna check her arm. So you can see she also has lots of freckles here, and some of them stand out as a little bit bigger. But what's encouraging about Katie is that they all look the same. They're consistent in color, they're somewhat consistent in size, and so we talk about something called the ugly duckling theory. The ugly duckling theory explains that you're looking for the mole that looks different from all the other ones. So it's okay to have moles, it's okay to have somewhat darker moles, but we want to start to look for the one that's maybe changed and different from the other ones in either it can be red, it could be lighter, it could be darker. Those are the ones you want to point out to your dermatologist. So Katie came in today with nail polish on, but I do encourage patients to come without nail polish because you can get things underneath the fingernails like skin cancer, and we would like to check that. Then I would go next down the side of her chest. I would go down the next arm as well. Check underneath the arm, this side of her chest, down her legs, down to her toes, and we want to check in between the toes, which is where you should also be applying sunscreen, as well as checking under the toenails. Then I would check her back, and the backs of her lower legs as well. It's also important to know that you can get skin cancer in areas that we don't normally get sun exposure. So either your dermatologist can check under your underwear for you, your OBGYN can check under your underwear for you, or even your primary care, whoever you're most comfortable with. But those are areas that can also develop skin cancer. So we just completed our total body skin exam with Katie. She did a great job, thank you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I used to get sunburned a lot, but now I'm really great about protecting my skin. So is it still important for me to get a yearly exam?
That is a great question and one that I get pretty frequently. So the truth is, if you've had blistering sunburns or a lot of sun exposure at any point in your life, even though you're really good about it now, you still collected quite a bit of sun damage, so it would be appropriate for you to get a yearly exam. We really want you to be wearing sunscreen every day. It makes a huge difference in terms of preventing skin cancer and photo damage. So we want you to be wearing sunscreen that is SPF 30 to 50 every single day, and there are a lot of really great options in the Supergoop line that can help you address the different areas that are really hard to get covered. The next thing we talk about is if you have any kids, the recommendation is that if you're under 6 months old, children really shouldn't be getting that much sun exposure. We want them in the shade, under an umbrella, or wearing sun protective clothing as often and hats as often as possible. Beyond 6 months old, it is appropriate for them to be wearing sunscreen, and the Sunnyscreen line is really great. They have a mineral-based sunscreen that is appropriate for children to be wearing head to toe, and you should be applying it to them every day as well. Thanks so much for watching.
If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks.